Hi, it's your girl with the locks. Sorry, my voice went out right there. But welcome to another installation of Bear With Me. Before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that the podcast is up, live and active. YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 11:30 p.m., July 9th, 2024. The episode was supposed to drop 23 hours and 30 minutes ago. However, something else dropped on Houston. They go by the name Hurricane Beryl. And so I did not have the resources to make the vlog and upload. But I was like, I got a microphone and I got a story, and we're about to let that thing because the last 2.5 days have been wild. So I know we said that this week would. Oh, sorry. I know that we said that this week would be the vlog, but it's not. Sorry, guys. It's gonna be about the end of my birthday and the last 24 hours. Yeah, the last 36, 40 almost. Anyway, so let's start with Sunday morning, 2:19 a.m. I wake up and I go and I go to meet the porcelain gods after a grand turn up on the water. When I tell y'all I gave my life to the porcelain gods, I gave everything I had in me, everything I had consumed, and everything that my body needs to function. So I got up like every hour, sometimes every 30 to 45. Like it was unreal. Never had anything like that happen. So then my sister, first off, let's just state how my sister who I went to go visit she understood the assignment of turning 35. So thank you, little sister. My older sister comes through the line and was like, you been tracking a hurricane? Is that going to impact you? Woo, woo, woo. In my head, not really because, well, I've been tracking it, but it shouldn't impact me because it's supposed to be turning away from Houston. Like, it shouldn't even really be messing with Houston. So I'm laying down trying to gather myself. And I say, let's go do some research. If your sister's saying this, if it's one person I trust, it's my sister. She gonna let me know what it is. So for her to come through that line like, hey, how you finna be impacted by that hurricane? I said, go do some reading. And I'm like, all right, yeah, let me go ahead and leave. So I muster up the energy, get on the highways and byways, ran into a couple of rainy moments, ran into hella traffic. That bothered me because I left her house at like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I didn't get to my house until 7:19 p.m. So what's normally a 8.5-ish, 9-hour drive took almost 10. Not a fan. So get to my house, walk my dog because it was not raining. Said, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ran into some issues with my apartment complex, so I politely, if you know me, you know when I go off, I go off. So had to lay into my apartment complex, and so I lay it down, turned it in for the night. And I didn't put my phone on the charger because I was too tired. I was like, I've had a long day. I'm fine. We're gonna be okay. That I don't know when that storm dropped because I remember somewhere around like the 2:30, 3 o'clock hour, but all the people on the weather they said that it made landfall at 4:30. So I'm like, all right, it's really moving outside. What I love is that I do not have, like, he can be sensitive or like on guard, but storms and fireworks don't mess with him, or they don't get him rattled. So that's what I love. So we chilling. I'm laying in the bed like, oh, you should probably go put your phone on the charger, but I'm like, I'm too tired. I don't feel like getting up. So then I finally get up at like 6:30. Nope, 6:22, 23, something like that. Go to the bathroom, come out, put my phone on the charger, look in a little bit. I'm like, ooh, y'all know 2 minutes later that power went out. I said, okay, well, 42% is what we got. 42% is what we gonna have. So that was that. I said, then I started panicking because I'm like, oh my goodness, I took Bubba out at like 7:30 and now it's 6:30. It's been almost 12 hours. He might want or need to use the restroom. What I'm going to do. I say, Wit, it has been times before where this man has gone. He has held it longer and not gone in your house. Let's trust in his bladder. Trust in his bladder. Cool. We didn't get up. Well, that storm didn't stop storming until like 10:20 something. Y'all, it was this tree outside my house, outside my balcony. I just knew that thing was finna take a seat on the balcony and like break off. I just knew it, like the way the wind was whipping. I would sometimes, cause now it's 6:30, and I'm just like, "Ooh, the power went out. Ooh, I'm feeling hot. Ooh, my phone. Ooh, ooh, ooh." I'm looking out the window. I say, "Okay, did things settle down?" So then I start counting to 20. I could never get to 20 seconds before that thing re-upped. So I said, little girl, go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Wake up, look around, go back to sleep. Wake up, look around, just in and out of sleep. So 10:22, 10:20, something like that. It's time to go outside. Now having a dog, I see how people move. Like when it ain't if the weather permits, people gonna hurry up and get that walk in. Because when I tell you we was all out there, every person who owned a dog hit that walking over y'all. My next door neighbor had so many branches and limbs broke off in front of their door. She legit had to pick up her dog and like step over the the debris because it was so much. Like initially she couldn't even get out of her house. It was crazy. I'm talking at one other end of the property at the entrance, a tree from the roots, thick, deep, full body tree broke off. It's covering the whole entryway. You can't even if you came in through that gate, if your apartment wasn't them first two buildings right there, you was not going in because it's a whole tree taking up both like the whole entryway. It was crazy. Um so I walked Bubba. We go back in the house. And oh, I walked him quite a few times because he was getting real antsy and the weather was really nice after the storm. It reminded me of like spring in the shop. Like has a little crispness to it, little warmth, a lot of cool and a breeze. Oh, ooh, amazing is what it was. All right, so I'm like, all right, we gonna get power by 5, 6. 5 o'clock, no power. 6 o'clock, no power. 7 o'clock, no power. Holy smokes. What about 8 o'clock? No. 9 o'clock. No, no, no. Y'all, my apartment started creeping up on that thermostat. It was sitting at a smooth 77 ish when everything first started kind of kicking off. By the time I lay down and go to sleep because thank the Lord for people who don't live a short ways, but what their experience is and your experience totally different. One shorty live away from one shorty live 10 minutes east of me. She ain't got no power. Another shorty lives 7 minutes north of me. She got power. What grids are we on? Because I am confusion. Anyway, so thank you to one of my friends, good friend, awesome friend, for opening up her home to me and allowing me to heat up my food in her microwave and charge my phone. So I was over there for a good little minute. We talking and we having a good little time, everything like that. I get back to my house. It's close to midnight. It's 81 degrees. I said, oh, y'all, if I could take off my skin. Let me say that one more time. If I could have took off my skin, I would have. You know how you flip the pillow in the middle of the night to get that cool? There was no flipping of the pillow. I was all over my bed, all over it, and could not get comfortable or keep cool. Bothered, okay? Anyway, so eventually I kind of found comfort. I was concerned about Bubba because he was just sometimes just sitting and panting. And I'm like, panting is how they keep cool. Panting is how they keep cool. He's regulating himself. Okay. And it was just 81 in there. Plus, I'd have been in a hotter house with no AC growing up in the 90s at my grandma's house. That's where I been. Okay. So this ain't truly nothing new to me, but it's definitely uncomfortable. All right. So this morning, no power. It's hot. I'm doing some little reading and some research, and they tell me it's gonna be a heat advisory for the day. I say, oh Lord. So we take a walk outside, everything like that. To walk into my apartment and my apartment be warmer than outside, I was like, oh my days. So we in the house. He eat breakfast. I eat breakfast. We chilling. And then we both end up falling asleep. Cause what can you do when it's this hot but go to sleep? But wake up because the windows are open. And so he hears outside a lot more clearly. And it's two dogs. I don't know if he know what it sound like when they paws hit the pavement, but he's immediately on guard or just ready for whatever. Don't know. So he wake up, so now I'm up. I say, we got to do something. I said, we need some ice. I would prefer for him to have a cooling pad because I don't imagine that this floor is super cooling. And I think I want me some old knickknacks. Cool. Oh, and I tried to go find a portable fan because I was like, if we finna sit up in here, we need some sort of circulation. And I was like, and you coming with me and we gonna use this as training. Go to Lowe's. I say, where your fans at? They point me. Every fan had a cord on it. Shorty, are you serious right now? Cool. Get in my car, go to Home Depot. They got these little handheld portable fans. I said, you know what? At this point, I'm gonna take what I can get. Let's run it. Get me some. Get my neighbor, slash my friend, slash my fellow dog mom some. So we in the game. Excuse me, y'all, because I hate that my voice sound like this. And that I keep kind of clearing my throat and sniffling because something happened when I was giving my life to the porcelain gods. I don't know what's going on with my sinuses or whatever, but everything needs to settle and restabilize. But I digress. So get to Home Depot, do that, do that. And so now I'm like, I know exactly where a cooling mat is at a decent price. I want to go to Walmart. Going to Walmart, got Bubba on the leash, got him close. Oh, you can't bring him in here. I said, he's a service dog or whatever. You can't bring him in here. I said, so if I was in here blind, you finna tell me that I can't bring my dog. We can't allow any dogs in here. Ooh, I'm upset, y'all. So now I'm walking back to the car. I gotta decide. Do I take him back to the crib where it's 83 degrees now, then come back over here and then get the stuff and then come back home? Or do I leave him in the car with the car running and risk either my car being stolen or my dog or both being stolen? I want to ask y'all, what would y'all do in the comments? I'm going to tell y'all what I did. I left him in that car with the car on and the AC on on full blast. And then I said, Grandma, watch over both of these. Watch over Twilight, watch over Bubba. I will be right back. And yeah, I came right back. So, but y'all let me know in the comments what y'all would have did. Would you have dropped your dog back off at the crib and then went to the store and then came back? Because then we also talk about gas. Like, what? And it was a benefit to me leaving him in the car because I allowed the portable chargers to charge and get a full charge because I was under the impression that if you tell me on this box you last up to 12 hours on one charge, I'm finna put it to work because now I gotta put it to work. It's 83 degrees in my house. Go back into Walmart, get the stuff, come out. Cool. Now we head to the crib. Y'all, I walked in that house, it said 85. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do? So set up his cooling mat, swept around my front door with some to clean up the tree debris and all that stuff. Came back in the house. Soon as both of us walked back in the house, we're panting. Like it was just that hot up in there. Like you ain't no sit still, keep cool. No. So um earlier in the day, my cousin's wife hit me up. And I was like, okay, we'll see. Bubba, he can be a little, so I don't really know, and whatever, whatever. When I was in the house, I said, we gonna have to get right. And if he wanna be cool, he better act cool. Okay? So we do this. And I'm very, very, very much grateful for my cousin and his wife and my little cousin and my finna be here cousin for opening their home to me and Bubba for me to be created this episode. Oh, that's what happened. I was first off when I came back in the house, I set up the cooling bed, swept around the front porch, and I was like, oh no, we finna go sit in this car for a little bit. Y'all, we sat in that car for like 2.5 hours. That's when I was like, we can't do this. Like, if going into this house for 5 to 10 minutes got me this uncomfortable and got me this concerned for Bubba, we can't be here. So that's when I hit up my cousin and took them up on their offer. But like we was just sitting in the car and I was watching or listening to one of my favorite podcasts and they was just like, sometimes you don't want to do it. Well, not the podcast itself, but like when there's something you want to do, nothing can really stop you. Then he brought up Kobe, mama mentality, this, that, and the third, whoop, whoop, whoop. And I was like, I felt some type of way that this episode was not there was not going to be an episode for this week. I was feeling some type of way. But at the same time, I was like, wait, what can you do? You don't have a consistent power source. Then you need Wi Fi. Then you need this. Then you need that. Whoop, 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 whoop. But then I was like, nothing can stop me from recording. Like, pause on this podcast, put on your voice memo, and get this thing popping and start talking because this is an episode in itself because Hurricane Beryl is giving us a whirlwind. Like, y'all, in my 11 years being here, oh, my voice went out. In my 11 years living here in Houston, I ain't never been this long without power. Like, back it up. I made 11 years being a Houstonian just yesterday, July 8th. And here we go 11 years later. And I'm over here with no power for It's 11:51, 6:30 a.m. 24 plus 46. Okay, not 7. 40 something hours. 42 hours, no power. I ain't never went this long. The most I've gone is 17. Even during the freeze, the electricity came back before I came home, and then I ain't had no water. So, another topic of discussion. Which would you rather not have in a natural disaster? Running water or power? Let me tell you right now, I'm going with the no power because I can heat or cool however I need to heat and cool. But that water, you gotta pee. You gotta eat. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta do this. You gotta. It's so much stuff that water is a basic necessity for every human being. And the fact that there's some countries where they gotta go fetch water for 3 and 4, 5 miles, and then it ain't even super clean. It ain't even guaranteed clean. Nah, water is necessary. I'm picking water over power, and I currently have water over power, and so I'm not complaining. Do I miss my power? Of course. Like, there's times like this remind me of all that I have. Because there's some people who don't have water and power, not even an or. And so I'm just often, even in my most frustrating moments, I be like, with you got to be grateful for what you do have because there's some people here in Houston, they don't have a cousin crib that they can roll up to. They can't afford to go stay in a hotel. They can't do this, they can't do that. Oh, that's another thing. I'm on the couch. My cousin hit me up a few times to check on me and was like, "Hey, you should go. You and your dog need to go get a pet friendly hotel with the woo woo." I'm listening to him. I said, you know what? What it hurt to research? My phone battery. But called around places either didn't have power or they were completely booked. Found a place, but they had no opening until tomorrow. I need something today. It's currently 86 degrees in my house. Y'all, when I left my house at like 10 o'clock, it was 87 degrees. I can't imagine if it keeps getting warmer, what that temp gonna be. So I'm again very grateful for my cousin and his family for opening their home to me. Thank you guys so much. Um, I am very blessed to be laying in this bed and feeling cold because they keep the AC on 70. I won't complain. I swear on my whole soul, I won't complain. I will lay in this thing, shaking like I'm a strip on the pole because 70 is not how I keep my thermostat. Just being very honest, I keep it at a smooth 75. Fight me, but I can't do too much cold. But if they want to put this thing at 70 in here, I'm gonna suck up all this AC in the next 24 hours because I'm gonna try to take it all with me when I leave up out of here. But I had to come on the mic and just let y'all know like why hurricane season feel like it's sooner because I ain't never experienced a hurricane in July. Me and my friend was talking about that today. Like, now we over here gotta rethink B-Day plans because what is this? What is this hurricane in July? I mean, I get that hurricane season is June through September, October, something like that. But I ain't never had this happen. Like, uh-uh. I'm trying to tell y'all, climate change is real. Them ice glaciers is melting. That sea level is rising. That ozone is thinning. That this is that. That is this. But that's all I have for you guys. So I just needed to just tell y'all what's been happening in the last 24 hours, for 36, 48, all whatever. Um, yeah. Y'all be well. If you're a Houstonian listening, y'all be well. If you not, y'all let me know in the comments. You want water or power? I know you want both, but if you got to pick to go in for something for 4 days, 48 for 2 days without, which one you picking? And I can't imagine. I don't know what's worse, doing this with a dog or doing this with a kid. Ooh, or kids. for those who have multiple kids. I can't imagine. Y'all let me know which one is worse. No power, no water, or kids or no kids. But that is all I have for you all today. As always, it's been a fun time wishing you laughter, light, and love. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the podcast can be found on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. Like, comment, subscribe. It's been fun. Until next time.